Here's another quick tip from Whole Latte Love.
Hey latte lovers, today we've got some tips to help you get the best flavor and texture for latte milk when using an auto-frothing steam wand.
Call them auto-frothers, turbo-frothers, or Pannarellos. What they all do is automatically inject air into milk, making it easy to produce a sweet and creamy microfoam for a delicious latte.
Hi, Marc and Morgan here from WholeLatteLove.com. Auto-frothing wands reduce the skill required, and follow our tips and you'll get much better results.
So these wands work by automatically injecting air into milk when steaming. To do that, they all have an air intake hole in the form of a small gap near the top or an actual hole in the body of the wand.
So our first tip, know where that air intake is on your wand. When above the surface of the milk, air is added. When below the surface of the milk, no air is added.
Now that's very important. For latte milk, you only want to add air when starting to steam. We'll get into more detail in a moment, but at some point you'll want that air intake hole below the surface of the milk.
Our next tip, keep your wand clean. Dried milk can clog the air intake, so after steaming, always wipe down your wand and run some steam or hot water through to clean it out.
When done for the day, or if you've noticed reduced performance, take the wand apart and clean it thoroughly. Be sure to remove any milk residue. A pin can be used to remove dried milk from small air passages if needed.
With the wand off, you should also check the steam pipe coming out of the machine. Milk can partially clog the tip of the pipe, causing the steam to come out sideways and reduce steaming performance. You can use a pin to loosen residue in the tip of the pipe if needed as well.
After cleaning, be sure to reassemble the wand correctly and properly seat all the internal components.
Next up, let's talk frothing pitchers. You want a size that works with your machine, and you'll need to fill it with the right amount of milk. So we recommend 12-ounce pitchers in most cases for use with auto-frothing wands.
Start with a cool pitcher in cold milk. That will give you more time to work with it before it gets too hot when steaming. Fill the pitcher to just below where the spout starts to form.
Before steaming, purge the machine of any residual water by turning on the steam system. When only steam comes out, turn off the steam and place the tip of the wand below the surface of the milk and turn the steam back on.
Now you want the tip below the surface but not against the bottom of the pitcher.
At the start of steaming, you'll be adding air to the milk, causing it to expand. Once the milk has expanded in volume by about 30%, it's time to stop adding air.
Now to do that, position the air intake below the surface of the milk. Depending on the size of the pitcher, location of the air intake, and level of milk, you may have to angle the pitcher a bit or wait for the milk to expand more to get the air intake below the surface.
If you're having trouble getting the air intake below the surface of the milk, try adjusting the amount of milk you start with, adding more so the level of the milk after expanding is high enough to cover the air intake.
Now with the milk expanded and the air intake below the surface, the idea is to position the wand to create a rolling or swirling motion of the milk and continue heating.
The roll helps break up any larger air bubbles and mix in the smaller ones for a uniform and creamy consistency. And for best flavor, we do recommend heating to 140 to 155 degrees. To judge temperature, you can use a thermometer if you like, but be aware most thermometers have some lag, so you should stop steaming when 5 to 10 degrees short of your target temp.
Without a thermometer, most people just use their hands to judge a temperature. A good point to stop for best milk flavors when the outside of the pitcher is just short of the point of uncomfortable to hold in your hand.
When done, turn off the steam with the tip of the wand below the surface of the milk. Remove the pitcher, wipe the wand, and turn the steam back on to blow out any residual milk, and then give that wand another wipe.
Now, if you ended up with some larger bubbles, you can give the pitcher a few knocks on a countertop to break them up, and then give it a swirl to mix things up.
If you did well, you will have created a finely textured microfoam with a consistency and surface sheen that resembles wet latex paint in a can. Then pour that over espresso for your latte.
Want more videos like this? Be sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Marc.
And I'm Morgan. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon for more on Everything Coffee.
Hey, why not subscribe now for easy free access to more videos on everything coffee, brought to you by WholeLatteLove.com.